What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar back again with another video. We got the first look of week 7, man. Man, this thing is really moving. Golly. Just now thought about that. Like, week 7? Man, only 10 more weeks after that? Goodness gracious. But yeah, so we're gonna get into the first look, but as I always do, I go over, the big winner. I'm sorry though, guys, this time because I did not get my millionaire entry in on time this week. I had somebody actually screenshot the lineup though, because the lineup for the millionaire winner was actually the highest lineup that I think it was that I saw. But I have the $3 lineup here just to go over real quick, since I did get my $3 entries in. But $3 winner here posted a 220.70. But let me look on my phone because I had somebody actually screenshot and send me the winning lineup. So the winning lineup actually was a 224 lineup. Same quarterback though in Joe Burrow. But we have, let's see what's all the same here. Kamara is on the winner lineup for the million. I guess he's not on there for this one. We got Deion Jackson, which is in this lineup too as well. We have Juju, which he did not make that lineup right here. And they have Waddle and Brandon Ayuk, which he made this lineup too as well. And looks like we got Tanyan. Okay, they had Ertz instead here. And then Chase is in this lineup too. And then the Cardinals defense, which was actually lower in points than this Jets defense right here. And it was actually a cheaper defense to have. But the millionaire lineup had the Cardinals defense instead. So like I said, the millionaire lineup had a 224, so they outbeat this lineup by about exactly 4 points because it's 72. So but we got to go over this one right here since I don't have this the millionaire lineup to just show y'all up on my screen here. But so here we go. So with this lineup here, basically almost the same thing as the millionaire lineup, because the Joe Burrow and Chase was the main part of that whole, like, the stack of that lineup there. Also having a Uke. I guess that was a one-off here, right? Because I don't see nobody else to play back from Atlanta or anything like that. So you, wow, wait, well, let me see. Okay, 8 receptions, 83-yard reception. Okay, great. Yeah, 2 touchdowns from Ayuk. That was huge, man. I was not expecting it to be him. I really thought Debo was going to be able to do this, but it was Ayuk. Ertz, I mean, great play with Ertz, of course, to have late here. I'm trying to see if anybody else is late here, though. Oh, Kenneth Walker and Ertz. Okay, so looks like this was our first week then with a 3 game late, right? I have to believe it was only 3 games late. This is the first week with 3 games late that we had 2 people make the lineup for late. So Ertz was a great play because, I believe Seattle was the worst team against the tight end, or second to worst team in fantasy points against tight end. Because I know both sides of this game was either tight end. Really, it should have been because of the fact they both suck at tight ends. But Kenneth Walker, great play there. A nice little value play just to have, just to keep it, like I said, keep it ticking away. Looks like both of these plays too was cutting off the whole field too. Look at these ownerships, like 18% ownership, 21% ownership. Like I tell y'all, man, when you go to these late plays in your lineups, try to just cut off people, man, because it just continues to work, man. It's like I have yet to see somebody take a a low own person here late, man, and win it. Like it's just back to back. I mean, just back to back weeks, man, of just low, value under 5,500. Once again, y'all, like I tell you, like it's these 55 to about 45. It's the range I feel like that people are taking these late people at. Like every time, man, it's the same price every time, y'all. So try to key in on that, man. Like I said, every time I go over these lines, I try to learn something new and make sure I'm teaching y'all so that way y'all can learn and try to key in on these things for next week and stuff like that, so y'all can win some big money too, the way these people are winning these big money too as well. But it looks like I said, once again, 55 to 4,500 range, man. You start looking at the what we'll be seeing pretty soon with the first look slate. Looks like, and we could probably go in and try to make a lineup at the end of the day of this video to see if we can find somebody at that range. But yeah, it just keeps happening. Like I said, this is the first week though we had 2 people make it. So last week's have been 1 person ever since it's only been 3 games late. But knowing what the type of games, is crazy that this was the late people that was taken from this game was not 1 person in this lineup here needed from the Kansas City Chiefs and Bills game. And I had a feeling that they was gonna slow down. I had a feeling Kansas City was gonna try to slow down, Allen, because they did not want to shoot out with them. And I could have swore I said that in my strategy show, that I do on Fridays and stuff. I could have swore I really said that I just believe that, Kansas City is going to try to slow down Josh Allen because they don't want to shoot out with him because they was not going to be able to hang with him if it was a shootout. They still lost the game either way though, but I'm trying to see what else happened in this lineup because we had a run back late right here with this 1v1. We have a 2-0 stack, right here with Joe Burrow and Chase. And let's see, we got Stevenson as a one-off there against Cleveland, which had to be the most chalkiest player on. Godwin, who really to me just did not come through. I mean, once again, I cannot believe Brady did not come through, man. Like I think I'm kind of done with it, if you ask me, because that's back-to-back weeks. Brady has had good matchups, and this matchup here with all the cornerbacks being out, and you couldn't even get a 100-yard bonus for Godwin, not a touchdown. You know what I mean? Same thing for Evans, no touchdown, like no 100 yards, none of that. Like that just did not. I don't know. Something's going wrong there. I feel like that divorce. Brady going to a wedding, to go see Kraft's wedding and stuff like that on Saturday when he should have been going through the walkthrough. And it goes to show he should have went through this walkthrough. He lost the game too, so should have been there for that. But let's see, Deion Jackson, what a great play this was. I mean, I wish I would have been more on him, to pick him and everything, but I wasn't. And Jets defense came up huge against my team, Packers and everything. I mean, I did not expect a block fumble recovery touchdown was going, was going to happen. But I definitely could have saw the sacks and stuff like that. But yeah, the block field goal, the block punt, and 2 touchdowns for the defense, I would never have expected that, y'all. But that was a really good play. And like I said, in the Millionaire Maker, they had the Cardinals defense, even though they lost the game, and they still had a decent amount of points too. So pretty weird. It was just a crazy weekend period. I mean, it's kind of funny when you kind of think about it. Like, looks like Burrow here with Chase, at least they won the game, right? That stack is right. Kenneth Walker, they won their game, right? So Stevenson won his game. So you got winners there, but you got Ayuk in a losing situation. You got Ertz in a losing situation. You got Godwin in a losing situation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like that's who makes the lineup. Like these 3 right here are just, it's a weird situation here. They losing, bad, it seems like too, except for Godwin, situation, but bad loss here, and they still, with just 14 and 15 makes this lineup. Like it's crazy. Man, but upset weekend, man. It's just a bad weekend, man. Upset, crazy. So we're gonna go into the first look here though for the Millionaire Maker this week. And let's see. Okay, so what we got here, man? Got my notes here a little bit already. So we got Cleveland and Baltimore first game here. Just looking at this so far. So Lamar has kind of slowed down a lot, but I kind of feel like it's because Rashad Bateman has been out. I don't remember which game it is. I don't know if it was the Buffalo game is where he got injured. I'm trying to remember this. Like, man, I kind of feel like this is the game he got injured in, or maybe they just, I don't know, maybe I don't think he got, maybe he did get hurt in this game, but I know this was the weather game. This was the bad weather game. So this game I kind of crossed this game out. But from here, no Rashad Bateman here and no Rashad Bateman here. And the numbers have dropped a lot. So looks like they really do need Rashad Bateman because I don't know. So if they can get Rashad Bateman back for this Cleveland game, Lamar could probably get back to, looking like these type of numbers again. So definitely Lamar, should be in play. But Brissett, wow, 45 attempts. That's crazy. He went against his old team and he throws 45 times. Like, if he can throw 45 times in this game, being at Baltimore, is like pretty bad against the pass and stuff like that. Like, maybe he can throw 2 touchdowns and get back to like this 2 touchdown game here, and man, because close to 300 yards, but yeah, these 45 attempts, man, we can get that. I mean, man, I don't know. Like, I really wonder if he can do something like that, because he might have to do something like that. If Rashad Bateman is back and Lamar is putting up points on them, I don't see them how they're gonna be able to stick to the run game, So if that happens, then he's gonna have to try to light it up, and we're gonna have to say Amari Cooper is gonna have to be big in play. But let me see if Peoples-Jones getting targets 5-7. We know he takes the deep long shots, so like he's gonna be in play for this game, man. I feel like 4,100 too. Like at least he's getting those targets. I'm shocked they not using the rookie right here at all. Like. I mean, I know they do a 2 wide receiver set here, so it's just always Cooper and Peoples-Jones in at all times. And like I said, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Rashad Bateman. Also, what happened with Dobbins, man? Like, tighten up in this game. So that kind of hurt his fantasy stats. But Cleveland's giving up the run too. So we're gonna have to key in on what's gonna happen with Dobbins, if he's gonna be able to go or not. Because definitely the run should be able to work. I know Kenyon Drake got the most of the 10 and got over 100 yards. Wow, I didn't even know he did that well. But yeah, so we're gonna have to key in on that, because if he's not able to go, then Kenyon Drake's gonna be in play for this game. Tight end. Yeah, Andrews is cool. Njoku is actually supposed to, I think, do better. Matter of fact, I think they're worse off, right? Let me just make sure real quick. Is that true? Oh wow. So I don't know where they're ranked at then right now, like actual fantasy points. I thought Njoku should have been like pretty high up there, but I guess I don't have nothing on him right now. So we're gonna keep it moving though. We got Tampa and Carolina with no Robbie Anderson anymore. So, what happened with PJ Walker? He got hurt in the game, huh? Wow, concussion. I didn't even know that's what happened to him. I saw him get hurt, but I didn't know he got ruled out completely like that. Thought he had came back or something. But yeah, so that's gonna be crazy, man. They ain't gonna have no quarterback then. Sam Darnold still on IR. Is he supposed to clear or anything? Wow, he is supposed to clear this week. Okay. That's gonna be, oh god. They need to just blow up this whole team this week. Going to key in on that, man. I mean, I would be tripping out though if this week somehow like McCaffrey gets traded, Robbie Anderson gets traded, and I would be actually pissed off if this is the week where Brady goes off. Just to tell y'all the truth, because I do know, I want to say they're like in 10th spot or something like that in fantasy points given to receivers or something like that for Carolina. Oh man, I would be really pissed, man. After all that, man, just picking Brady up those 2 weeks and then this be the week because of the fact that maybe he gets Julio back, because it really seems like him missing an all-star of freaking receivers at every position is really just hurting him like that bad. Like it's really hilarious to me though. Like I'm just like AB. I get it. AB was amazing. We know that, and Gronk and stuff. And it's like Mike Evans and Godwin is just really not that good. It's what I'm starting to put together to me. Like I'm really starting to put together that I'm like, come on now, like they're really not that good. I mean, it makes sense why Brady, got Fournette, got AB, got Gronk to come join him. He must have known. He must have knew the whole time. Mike Evans and Godwin just not enough. But I would be really pissed off if Brady and the receivers go off this week. I know like Mike Evans is probably in a good spot, so I will say like he could do good, in this game. But Fournette definitely would be in a good spot too. On the other side is McCaffrey, if he's going to be on the team still by the end of this week. But we got to stay tuned for that, because I just feel like a trade could be in the midst, They don't throw to their tight ends over here, but Auden is probably going to be in play too for a cheap tight end. But yeah, that's a bit, like I said, on this side, I don't believe they throw their tight ends. Let me see. He's still getting only 2 targets. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, that's going to be an ugly game, it looks like, for at least the Carolina side of things. If they don't even have a quarterback really right now. So, but Atlanta, Cincinnati, this should be a good game. I think this would be a really good game. Burrow, I think, is going to be huge in play this weekend. Again, as like I said last week, I knew I needed to get more Burrow lineups in. I wish I would have put together, the actual winning one with him, but I had a lot of, I feel like, people, from exactly Brady, you know what I mean? Like having his players, and I feel like them putting up duds kind of ruined that for me. But yeah, the Burrow skinny stack with Chase, man, I knew that was gonna hit. Just that, same thing that was supposed to happen for Brady though, with the cornerback. I mean, he had every cornerback out in his game, but Burrow had one cornerback out and he was able to do the job, So once again though, in a great spot out of Chase, Higgins. I kind of think, to me, it might be Higgins this game. If he's able to get through this week, completely healthy. Pretty sure a questionable is probably gonna come up by tomorrow or something like that on him, but he was able to get through the whole game. I mean, 10 targets, 6 catches and things like that. 10 targets is great. We can get that again against Atlanta. I feel like he's hitting big. So, as well as let's see what we have for Chase. We had 10 targets, both of them. So yeah, I mean, they both can actually. It's gonna be a nice little double stack. Let's see, IR still for okay, and then they barely ran at all. I mean, you can't really run on the Saints anyway, so it makes sense. And let's see at tight end, because Hurts is supposed to be in play, so I'm just trying to see what's up with the targets there. Okay, he's still being involved at least, but yeah. So on the other side though, Mariota, I don't know what happened with Drake London this last game. I didn't even pay attention to him. 4 targets. Okay, so his targets dropped a lot. Let's see, where did he go then? Another 4 targets of Chaos. And I know he don't really have nobody else. He couldn't. When he went to Hodge, nope, not at all. So okay, so I guess it was nobody else but Pitts, because I did say Pitts was probably gonna score a touchdown in that game, and he did it. But the targets was just so low. Yeah, I don't really know who I want to say. It probably Pitts is a run back in this game. Because it should be a tight end. Just like last week, I told y'all tight end should be Taysom Hill. Should have been, it would have been picked, as a run back. But I mean, I don't even think he did much in that game. They actually was throwing the ball on him. So, but I would say Pitts would be the best play there. And let's go to Detroit Dallas. This is my favorite game, I think, on the slate with Dak coming back. I think this is my favorite game, y'all, because fast paced Detroit. I know I told y'all before that Detroit on the road was horrible like this. I literally gave y'all the stats. Like, they're 80% in the red zone at home, which is why you see home game 35 points, home game 36 points, home game 45 points. They score almost every time they get to the red zone when they're at home. So when they're on the road, I told you it drops to like 41, 42%. So that's when you get stuff like this, 0. And I told y'all this game, I know this was on the road, but I told y'all this is up the street and in a dome still. So it's basically feels like they play at home every time they play Minnesota. This game, being that it is in a dome, I feel like they might play more like this Minnesota type of game, even on the road and everything. The only thing is the Dallas defense is tough. So, I think that's going to kind of hinder them a little bit. But I do feel like they still going to score just because they just play so fast and they keep putting that pressure on you to have to score. So I do feel like, Jared Goff is going to be able to score somewhat in this game. I think his biggest thing to figure out is Swift going to be back for this game, because let's see, week 6. Yeah. Detroit's okay. Okay, great. Yeah, because I think this is going to be a big deal. Like, if they can get Swift, I feel like that's going to help them a lot with scoring in this game, keeping the pressure on Dallas. And St. Brown should be a good play, I think, as a run back too. Hawkinson could be in play too because of the pressure. Get into Goff, over and over. I think Goff is one of the most sacks quarterbacks too on my list. Top 10, I think, in that position. So if he's going to get pressure out, he's going to have to dump it off to like somebody like Hawkinson or Swift. Is why I said Swift is going to be big in need, because you dump it off to Swift, he could turn nothing into a lot, So I really feel like that's a good play. But for Dak's side of things, man, I mean, he can go everywhere. Like, so I love this for him. Like, I believe his first game back, he at home, he chose this game for a reason. We all know that. Like, he didn't want to play the Eagles, man. He probably would have just looked really bad. I really feel like he was going to look really bad. But to come back and against a fast-paced team, like this Detroit, we know how much Dak wants to throw the ball. He's going to want to prove that, the offense looks so much better with me, because he didn't even throw a touchdown in his first game before he, got hurt and everything. So I definitely believe he's going to throw probably 54 attempts or something like that, 50 to 40 attempts. And it's not even going to be because, like, he just wants to do it. I feel like the team, being that they're going to probably get the ball back multiple times, he wants to throw. The team, Detroit just plays too fast, man. They just, for their own good, they play too fast. So I feel like he throws probably 50 times in his first game back, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Huge game for Dak, man. I feel like that's what he wants to come back and do anyway. But also the running backs are going to be in play, because Detroit, as you see, they're 30th here, but they give up, I want to say, like, I don't know if it's first or something, but they're up there. They're really high up there in the points they give up to running backs. The only thing that sucks is that we really don't know, like, because in 11 attempts, like, look at what he did with 8 attempts here. You know what I'm saying? Like, 14 points fantasy, 13 attempts, like, this, the little bit of attempts Pollard gets, he can go off. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in a game like this, he can get 2 touchdowns in this game with just 13 attempts. So that's the whack part, because it's like Elliott, will probably get like a goal line rush attempt. Like, if they get to the goal line, they get stopped on the 5 or the 10. That's when, Elliott gets that probably, touchdown. And it's just hard to tell how are they going to get the rushing touchdowns for this game, So, but sticking to the air on this side, like CeeDee Lamb, I definitely feel like huge game for him. Huge game could be in for Gallup too as well. Yeah, I feel like they both could end up with like 10 targets each. Ferguson, I think, is going to be in play, because I don't believe Schultz is going to be able to get, be able to play this game. So I like Ferguson again. And I think that's it for that game. We're going to keep it moving over for the Giants and Jacksonville game. Trevor Lawrence, man, at home against the Giants. Giants feeling really good. I feel like this could be, you know, an upset. I think that would be an upset since the Giants have a better record. I feel like Trevor Lawrence can win this game, man. It's all on these running backs, though. I feel like ETN will be the better back in this game. They need to use him more in this game. I feel like in the past and things like that. I think it's kind of hard to actually run on the Giants, but I feel like if you pass enough and like just dump it off and stuff, just to complete first down. I mean, you know, like getting a first down on third down opportunity and stuff like that, just dumping it off. I feel like that's gonna keep the drive going. But Kirk should be in play, even though I know it says they're first here. But like in the slot, I feel like that's where you need to go against the Giants. You need to attack the middle, and then that means Evan Ingram's gonna be huge in play against his old team. So if he can get another, you know, 10 target game, you know, 6 was good too, but 10 would be amazing against his back, you know, back against his old team and stuff at his home now, you know, for his new home. I feel like he's gonna be big in play there. And then for Daniel Jones over here, definitely Saquon is going to be huge in play here because they've been giving up the rush. And I like Wan'Dale Robinson again, who I told y'all about in my value play, man. I said the boy was shifty. He can probably get in, you know, for a touchdown. I feel like he should go up to about 8 targets in this next game, for real. I feel like first game back, yeah, it's good to see, you know, he got 4 targets. You know what I mean? Like, getting in the rhythm and things and learning the playbook. But I feel like maybe another week long of practice here could get him going for 8 targets and maybe see 2 touchdowns. Who knows? But they're going to need to pass the ball, I feel like, in this game a little bit. Still, you know, I know they can just rush, you know, with Saquon and dump it off to him. But I feel like passing the ball to Wan'Dale Robinson could hit for like a big, like long, I want to say he breaks for like 50 yards or something, you know. I feel like in this game for a touchdown or something like that. Gets close to probably a near 100 yards, something like that. So 4,500 sounds good to me. Bellinger on the other end, I don't really know, but everybody else is kind of like, it's ugly. It's ugly for the rest of that game. The Colts and the Titans game right here, man. Shocking Matt Ryan game. Shocking Matt Ryan game against Jacksonville. Oh my God. Like, I get it. Rivalries, man. Like, you know that it should play better, but coming off of this trash, oh my God, this was trash, y'all. Like, it was so hard. I didn't even think about picking Matt Ryan, y'all. Like, and then he throws near 60 freaking attempts, yo. Like, come on now, for 3 touchdowns. This is crazy, yo. 30 fantasy. I couldn't believe this. This game right here pissed me off a little bit. Like, cause you don't go from this to this. Like, oh my God, man. Like, that didn't make no sense to me, man. Like, he looks so bad against Denver. Like, oh my God. And then to think, like, you don't have Jonathan Taylor, so it was like, what was he really gonna do? Like, but I mean, the run game and Deion Jackson helped him a lot. You know, I didn't even know he got hurt, and he hurt his quad too. So he got you the points and got hurt. That's crazy, man. People got real lucky with that. People got real lucky with that. I didn't even notice he got hurt like that. So hopefully Jonathan Taylor's back this game, because it could be a big game for him if he can come back. If not, on the other end, Derrick Henry is supposed to have a big game still. Then they coming off a bye too, right? Yeah, coming off a bye for them, so it should be full go, healthy, and everything for Henry. And the receiving option in this game is Tennessee is supposed to be able to get lit up, y'all. But you know, it's just, I mean, it's all on Matt Ryan again. Like, you know, he can look like how he did against Denver, or look like this again. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just so inconsistent to me, man. So Pittman could have a huge day by far. Like, could have a huge day. We know he looked bad the first time they played Tennessee, but that don't mean nothing, you know, coming off of 16 targets, you know. But if Jonathan Taylor's back, man, I don't know if he's going to get back to 16 targets, you know. So kind of could hurt that part of the game for him. But I still like Alec Pierce, man. I still like Alec Pierce. But also, I know who came into play was Campbell. That was crazy. Like, I didn't know. Like, who expected this, man? 11 targets. He ain't even got nowhere near double-digit targets. It's crazy, y'all. Crazy. So I don't know if they're gonna run. You know, I gotta go back and look at the film to see if they was running like a 3 wide receiver set that game. Just maybe because there was no Jonathan Taylor. Maybe they went to a 3 wide receiver set, because when Jonathan Taylor's there, they're a 2 wide receiver set team. So maybe that's why, you know, Matt Ryan had such a good game. I mean, I know also you can never call their tight ends, man. Like, this week, Woods caught a touchdown. You know, like, it's every week it's a different tight end for them. So really sucks though, because I mean, I know the Colts is pretty bad against the tight end. So, you know, Swam is supposed to be, you know, the tight end probably this week and everything, but they barely throw. And they even have Hooper on here, and they don't even throw to him, which is, it's just weird over here, man. That part of the game, the tight end part of this game is gonna be weird, because either one of those tight ends could get a touchdown in that game. But yeah, receiver options, like I said, Woods should be able to do good too, I would think, if they're gonna move him around. But if not, if they're not gonna move him around, man, I don't really know who else on their side would do good, really. So, but we gonna keep it moving here. Let's go. We got Green Bay and Washington. Oh man, I really wish my Packers would pick up somebody in free agency. Look, with Cobb being hurt, Christian Watson, our receiver, is out. Like every week it feels like hamstring. So, only having Dobbs and McLaurin. I mean, not McLaurin, but Dobbs and Lazard. My bad. Only having them two, man. I feel like, man, I saw, Deshaun Jackson saying that he's not retired. Like they need to go out there and pick him up. Like, for real, we need somebody out there that's a deep threat receiver for Rodgers to throw the ball to, because this would be a great game to pick a receiver for Rodgers, man. Like, Washington gives up mad fantasy points to receivers. And, like, I mean, you could roll with Lazard. I mean, he had one of his best games, I believe, right? 17 points. Well, and then he had 20 against New England. So, I mean, you could definitely roll with him. He's probably going to get a crazy amount of targets. I feel like he's finally going to get double-digit targets in this game. So, he could be big in play, for this week, because Dobbs is still, he's a rookie. So, we don't know what to expect. He can have a 14-21 game, and then go to this 6 and stuff, even with 9 targets. That was the most targets he's had. And he's probably going to see a lot of targets in this game. Like I said, he's going to be the receiver that moves around and probably takes up the Cobb spot. Unless somehow they pick up a new receiver. I saw them put in Winfrey, but he only had a target one time. So, but I have to pay attention, this week to practice for my Packers and things like that. And I'll probably come back to y'all with, on my full strategy show with who I think is going to play, take the spot. Unless they can, because it could be the rookie like Torre, he could probably move up in there. I gotta see who they practicing with, because Rodgers gonna only take the person he feels most comfortable with. So it could be Amari Rodgers could be in play, because I know he was supposed to be the slot receiver anyways, But I gotta see who they practicing with, man, and then get back to y'all on that. Of course, Tanyan's probably gonna be big in play just because no Cobb in the middle of the field. They attack the middle of the field at all. It's gonna be Tanyan catching the ball. And then of course our running backs, as always. But on the other side, with it being Heineke, I still think B-Rob is going to be in play because the running back's been able to do well against us. So definitely he's in play. At receiver, though, man, with Heineke, it's going to be hard. But if they're still going to use Curtis Samuel, I don't know. Is Dotson supposed to be back? Let's see what they're saying. They say anything about week 7 or something? No, nothing there. I don't see anything. Maybe he'll be back. I don't know. We'll have to see, because that's going to be scary, because 4,200, I feel like he might be able to get down the field. But with Heineke, I feel like I would probably trust more of a Curtis Samuel type of player, somebody you just get it out to as a short distance, and he just turns up the field with the speed. So definitely like him. But we're going to keep it moving there. We got the Jets and the Broncos. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Wilson, what's on? Oh, Russell Wilson. Okay, we already know what's up with him. Zach Wilson, I know he didn't look good. He still hasn't had no connection with the receivers yet, y'all. And I kind of mentioned that too. That's why I thought the Packers would win that game. But man, they could not pull it off, man. Defense alone just stopped us enough and got them enough points, man. Because it wasn't like Zach Wilson did anything. And now going against a stronger defense, because Denver actually, Monday night got all like their Pro Bowl safety back. Their defense actually got stronger. And I think another cornerback back too as well. So their defense got stronger. So could be a good game for their defense in this matchup. They also, what I want to say, they only let one more red zone score happen. So like, man, how much is their defense, matter of fact? I didn't even see this. Yeah, their defense might be the defense. Like at home, yeah, that might be the pick, y'all, this week. I'm gonna just throw that out there because of the fact that they're not allowing people to score in the red zone. They're like one of the first, I think they're first place, y'all, in points in the red zone. They only gave up 1 point, one touchdown, to freaking, Herbert. And this is Zach Wilson with no receiving connections. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it doesn't come through the run or something, then I don't think they get there at all. And then I feel like they get a lot of field goals or something in this game. The only thing is Russell. We don't know what Russell gonna do. Is he gonna just get some field goals too as well? Because my God, man, I call him a chameleon, man. He plays the way the other team plays. Like, like your color is green, he gonna be green. You know what I mean? So they going against the Jets. Like, he just gonna be whatever you do. Like, if Zach Wilson go out there, throw a pick, and it looks like great position or something, gets great field position, Russell will throw a pick right back, give him great field position. Like, it's just, I don't know. He just copycats everything or something. This is weird, man. I don't get it. But what I do like in this game still is my guy, Dolchich, who I told y'all about in the showdown I told you Doncic. I explained to y'all Doncic was the guy they've been missing. They really like this rookie. Watched a lot of highlights from him, you know, at UCLA and everything. He's really good. Great route runner, goes up the field. You know, they literally took out Albert O just to make sure this boy plays. Like, so I'm definitely loving Doncic again, you know. So that's probably the only thing I can really say right now because, man, Russell with the connection. This is a bunch of like quarterback and receiver connections that I'm not liking for both of these teams. Defenses could be in play both sides, but definitely I like the Denver side since they're at home. I'm gonna keep it moving though here, y'all. And I know I could have mentioned too, Latavius Murray could be in play too over there though as well. If you think the defense is gonna dominate that game and get good field position, I can see Latavius Murray doing well. Then Houston and the Vegas Raiders right here. Okay, so Carr should be in for a great game, I would think. If I mean the only thing we know, okay, like I told you, Carr is the 2-touchdown curse. 2 touchdowns, 0 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns curse. Okay, so we know that. His price still hasn't went above 6. Oh, yes, it did. 2 times. Okay. He should never go above 6,000, y'all. I don't even care if he has 2 touchdowns, 300 yards. Yeah, like this. Without a pick, though. Without a pick. I don't even care if he does that in this game. He should never go over 6,000 because that's all he's going to get us. He's not worth it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he's not worth it over 6,000 to me. So, but at under 6,000, 5,900, I'll take a chance. You know, I'll take a chance with Carr. But we just know he's a 2 touchdown curse. And I just feel like Josh Jacobs should dominate in this game. It's great to see they've been running a lot with him. You know, going against Houston, this should be a good game, like for him. Like he should, you know, and then playing that, you know, being I think that he did not get a contract extension for his 5th year. He's playing for a big contract, and it might not be for the Raiders. You know, it could be for any team that's out there. So I feel like any game where he's supposed to dominate or like be on a big stage like he has been on the last 2 games right here going against rivals. Those are like, you know, prime time matchup games. I think they both were showdowns, right? Or at least this was like a 1:30 game or something. So, but yeah, like of course he's gonna show up on those nights because he's trying to prove like, you know, that what he's worth. So I love, you know, in the amount of targets he's getting right here, like he can definitely have a big Eckler type of game like what we saw Eckler do to Houston. So I definitely like Josh Jacobs. The reason why I just said Carr should be able to do well though and have a big game is the fact that he's able to, you know, establish the run. I feel like in this game they're at home too. He should be able to hit Devontae Adams on a big play, and maybe Hollins. Like I say, he's only gonna throw 2 touchdowns, so it'll be out of 2 to Adams or 2 to Hollins. I feel like, you know, like that's it. You can't include Waller in there, and he might not even be able to play this game. On the other side though, Mills is actually supposed to be a really good play this week, y'all. A really good play. So if he comes in here and tries to air it out, he should have a good time. Like, serious. He should really be able to have a good time. I still like my guy Pierce. 6,400. He's just running really well, man. Like, every game since, the Chicago game, right? A touchdown. I like him, man. As long as his price stay below, I would say 6,800 range, I'm going to like him then. You know? Like, I think I'm going to like him. 26. Oh, man. I didn't even know he had that many attempts. He came 1 yard short of 100 yards. Wow. Yeah. So, I still like him. And like I said, if Mills is supposed to be able to throw the way I believe he's supposed to be able to throw in this game against the Raiders. He showed that, what is it? Is it Nico Collins, right? He's targeted and got 65 yards here with 5 targets, 82 yards. He's getting down the field with Nico Collins, also starting to connect with Brandon Cooks. You know, at least this game right here, he went 7 for 7. He threw 6 times. I think Brandon Cooks should be in a good spot this game. You know, if you can just move him around, you know, inside the, you know, slot and out, he should be able to get down the field a lot, enough to like what I think a goal line attempt for Pierce can happen in this game. But they really are supposed to attack the tight end. The whack part about this is oh man, I don't know what tight end to say for y'all. Y'all, like, the tight end is supposed to be big in play for them. But 2 targets, you know, for Jordan Atkins and, you know, what I want to say, OJ Howard is, you know, I expected this 5 target game every game for him at least, but we don't know. So it's supposed to be Mills Day, but it's just, like I said, we just don't know who he's going to really like, other than Cooks. Like, I see Brandon Cooks should have a good day. And then Pierce, like, but they are on the road, so I expect him to kind of pass more, but he got to figure that out with who is he going to get the ball down with. Like I said, Nico Collins has been getting more targets, it looks like, than even Cooks. But here with the Seattle Charger game, I like this game, man. I really like this game. Man, Geno Smith, you know, Herbert, man, I feel like they should be trying to air it out. But as well, I feel like Geno should be able to have some type of run game going here. We know who was that today? Who I want to say the Broncos wasn't able to establish the run. I mean, they didn't even use Melvin Gordon, which was crazy to me. But Kenneth Walker, I feel like he should be able to do good because he has that. He's one of the fastest running backs in the draft. So I think it was like three of them almost tied with the same 40s or something like that. So he was one of those ones, and I definitely feel like he's probably breaking a big one here in this game, even on the road. I just feel like the speed is going to be different than what they went against tonight and stuff like that. So definitely got to say Kenneth Walker is big in play. Of course, Eckler's in play, huge in play on the other side. But I wonder how much of a great game will he have if Keenan Allen is supposed to be back, because the targets Eckler is getting is really all the Keenan Allen targets to me. Like 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. Tonight I forgot what he had, but I know it was huge. So he's taking up the slot basically targets that Keenan Allen would get. So with Keenan Allen coming back, his targets are going to drop. So I don't really know if we're going to see a huge Eckler game. We do know he's probably going to get the red zone attempts and things like that. He is still going to have some dumps, but it's just he's going to have to do more with a little, like that's what I feel like, because Keenan Allen's going to be big in play, and also Mike Williams should be able to have a good game in this game. I know he got shut down the last game, but he was going against Patrick Surtain and stuff like that, so I feel like just a really good cornerback, and Mike Williams is not a huge route runner receiver, so he has to have like somebody kind of, I would say like a cornerback that's too small, inexperienced and things like that, and then he's going to kill them. But when there's a really good cornerback that's going to just be in his face and stuff like that all the time, and just kind of, just neck and neck with him, on his routes, because he doesn't really run routes like great. It's Keenan Allen that does that. So, but in this game, I feel like he can definitely do, just be Mike Williams and get good points. But it's all going to be on how many targets he gets with Keenan Allen coming back, because I feel like they're going to throw a lot to Keenan Allen on his first game back and things like that. Tight end, I love Everett. Great spot for Everett. And going against the team he just left for last year, so maybe he wants to, put something on him, show him what they're missing. So I really like Everett here. On the other side, though, with Geno, I feel like Geno's going to need to air it out, and we know the Chargers give up big plays, man. They really do, like huge plays. We saw, the big play to Dolchich and stuff like that. Feel like we should have saw more, but like Russell and his receiver connection isn't all there yet. Like it still isn't. I mean, he's playing like trash. So just to be real, but Geno's been playing great. So big plays to Metcalf, I see could be in play. For this game. 50-yard long, 54-yard long. But who I really like is Lockett. I really like Lockett in this game because the middle of the field is where you kind of want to attack the Chargers. It's just open right there, man. And so I definitely like Lockett. Just get back to 8 to 11 targets, man, and we could see a huge 107-yard game with 2 touchdowns or something like that for Lockett in this game. And tight end, I like how they're using Fant a little bit more now than Disley. So I do like Fant, in this game as well. I really do like Fant in this game. So if he can stay at 7 to 5 targets, I like that. I think he can get a touchdown too. So I think this could be a shootout, a really nice shootout game here, man. Like both defenses kind of weak to me. Chargers, like they can kind of cover one receiver, but other than that, with J.C. Jackson, which he's still exploitable too. So, and I just feel like Geno's just playing so well, and he has all the offense to his disposal to use, and everything. So, I really feel like he should be able to compete on the road like this and cause a big shootout, and especially since their defense is trash, on the other side. I expect Herbert. So both quarterbacks in play to me, receiver options and everything, all that's in play, even running backs to tight ends on both sides. So like I told y'all, when you're able to use the whole offense and both sides able to use that's where that's where you see the shootouts happen, So definitely love that game. Kansas City and the San Francisco 49ers. This is the game, last week where like I wanted to take Mariota, but he didn't have enough weapons. And not only that, it's just that I knew he was probably going to run, and that kind of would hurt, all the receiving options. But this is the game I was looking forward to. When I told y'all, as soon as San Francisco's cornerbacks got hurt, I told y'all, I was like, man, who they play next week? And it sucked. It was Mariota. Like, he still did well by himself, though. It was like nobody else to go with him. So, but Pat Mahomes, this could be a huge game for Pat. Coming off that huge loss, I know he got to be pissed. Because him and Josh Allen, they're one of them 2 quarterbacks I feel like in the league, other than like Brady too, but they really don't like losing, man. They do not like losing. Like he lost right here. He came back so strong right here, like 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Just killed Brady from the beginning of this game, like really. So when they lose games, they usually come back really strong. So I'm just thinking like Patrick Mahomes, knowing that they're going against cornerbacks that are going to be out, backup cornerbacks, they're going to get tested. They already got tested against Mariota. Like Mariota had his best game. So this is Pat Mahomes, y'all, coming off a loss. Like I just feel him like he's gonna torch them, man. Like this is like Garoppolo is supposed to be in for a great game too. Like he's supposed to easily be able to score. It sucks that it's not Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance versus Pat Mahomes, this would have been a better game. But Garoppolo is gonna have to. They definitely should be able to run easily. With Jeff Wilson. I don't know what happened last week. 7 attempts and it wasn't like he got hurt. He lost a fumble. Okay, so he fumbled the ball. I guess he got put in the doghouse after that, but it wasn't like they went to anybody else. They didn't even go to Coleman. So it's just really weird over here. I don't know what happened with the run game here, but they should be able to get back, on track with the run game in this game. Like, did they go to Price? I don't think he came back, right? Oh, he did. Well, he didn't play. Okay, so, yeah, but they should be able to do the run in this game because, Kansas City gives that up big, and we know San Francisco wants to run the ball, though. So, and it could be Debo, too. Debo could end up running the ball and breaking a big, long one here, so he can end up taking up the attempts, and go back to about 5 attempts and hit big on that. He had the targets. He just didn't get there for us in this game. So, I feel like, the rushing is probably going to be huge in play for him because Kansas City is just that bad. I feel like even if you know that he's going to rush the ball, he still breaks a big one for like 53 yards or something like that. So I really feel like Debo is probably going to be in play because of that. Also, if he gets to 10 targets, he's probably going to have a huge game. Ayuk surprised me because this game actually I thought was supposed to be the game probably for Ayuk, but he already had his game against Atlanta instead, which was also a chance too for him to get if he had the targets. I didn't know, Garoppolo was going to end up airing it out the way he did, to get 11 targets and 10 targets to 2 receivers. Like, he doesn't usually do that. So, but good to see he did do it already. It's kind of preparing him for this game right here because Pat Mahomes should be able to air it out to MVS, Hardman, and even Juju again if he wants to. But, 2 cornerbacks out wide being out the game, MVS and Hardman is going to be huge in play then. Like just going deep down the field. Hopefully their targets go up because, these 4 or 5 targets, we know Hardman can hit on these amount of targets though. Like he can have a big, 30, 40 yard, 50 yard bomb or something like that touchdown. So I would say he's in play for that. Same thing with MVS though. Same thing, he can hit on 23, 36, 40 yard bomb touchdown, as long as he gets to 8 to 7 targets. I feel like he just didn't, I knew he was going to have a hard time against Buffalo. Like, he doesn't catch contested catches. So, I knew most of his catches, if he even caught anything, was going to be contested. So, had a hard time, catching on Buffalo. But I feel like in this game, it should be a lot easier going against backup cornerbacks. So, at tight end, of course, Kelsey should still be in play. If they line him out wide against one of those cornerbacks, he can have a field day over there. But Kittle, also should be in play here, but we don't – let's see, how many – had a lot of targets, man. I'll tell you, Garoppolo really was airing it out. Like it was like a really like preparing him for this game because he could be in play this weekend. If he's gonna throw 30 targets to those 3 receivers and stuff like that, options, he can actually compete and actually this could be a crazy sneaky shootout right here because on both sides with Pat Mahomes having all those what I want to say cornerbacks out, to go against backup cornerbacks and coming off a loss too, and then Garoppolo coming off a loss and. You're going to have to air it out to compete with Pat Mahomes. So, like I said, 41 attempts. Wow. Like, I see. Like, that's why he got. But he threw 2 interceptions because that's the worst part about Garoppolo, though. If you get him to actually have to throw a lot, he's probably more than likely going to throw an interception. But I know they're going to try to establish the run and try to slow this game down, keep Pat Mahomes off the field. But if Pat Mahomes just gets a jump start on them and gets up 14, 21-0 or something, then it's going to cause Jimmy Garoppolo to have to throw in this game. And he actually has good weapons. Like, it's not like he doesn't. So, I feel like he could do something with that. But that's it, I think, for this game. Also, I want to mention, too, this Sunday is going to be tight end day, I believe it is. So, yeah, it's funny how they put both of these big tight ends against each other on this day. But let's see. What do I want to do for my first look lineup, man? I'm trying to just think of who do I like the most. Let's see. So, I know Matt Ryan was like one of the highest ones for fantasy points. And I'm just thinking on the road, gonna need to probably air it out a little bit, I feel like. But like I said, you know what? I'm gonna roll with Dak. I'm gonna roll with Dak, y'all. I'm gonna roll with Dak and okay, so I know they're bad against the pass and the run though, so I could actually go either. I could take a running back, but I know Dak's gonna want to air it out. How many targets? I know Lamb first game. Most of these targets was from Dak, so I'm just trying to think. Like he didn't have Gallup, but I think this is probably gonna be the best matchup. Is in the slot against Detroit. So I think I'm gonna just skinny stack that for now, unless I feel like, you know what, because the only other person I would probably might throw in there, I would probably throw in Ferguson if let me see what they say about Schultz, because I don't know what he tweaked his knee. Okay, because we know how much Dak loves Schultz, so like I would hope he would just get ruled out because I would love to take just Ferguson again, really, but. We're going to just keep it moving here. Okay, so for running backs, let me see. Who do I like? I mean, I'm locking in Jacobs. What I'm talking about. I don't even know why I'm waiting. Like, thought about that at all. Where is he at? He like 6,000 something? Yeah. Locking in Jacobs, y'all. Just the best running back on the slate. And then I think I'm going to go with, let me see. Got my notes here, y'all. So trying to put together stuff. I think I like Kenneth Walker, y'all. I know it's on the road, but I think I like the price. Coming off a really, his first game. Well, he had back-to-back really pretty good games. And this probably might be the explosion game to me, I think. I feel like this is a game where he goes for over 100 yards. Man, he already broke 2 big ones right here. And that's exactly what the Chargers give up, these big runs like this. So maybe he breaks another 50, 60 yard with a touchdown. Gets over the 100-yard bonus, I think. Possibly get 2 touchdowns, man. So possibly get to 30 fantasy. So I'm gonna keep him there. Let's see. What else do I like? Oh, I know what I gotta do. I gotta put. Where are you at? I know. I told y'all to pick Chase, last week for sure, and I like Chase. Don't get me wrong, I like Chase, but I'm gonna go with Higgins on this one, y'all. Just because something about Atlanta, I've just been paying attention to, a lot. Like I know Chase is a good, pretty big receiver and everything, but they've been giving up the big, wide out receivers. I feel like Ayuk is a bigger wide out receiver than Debo is when it comes to height or something a little bit. So and then before that week, I can't remember who Atlanta played right now, but matter of fact, I probably can just go through this for y'all real quick while I'm picking these people. Let me see. Drake, London, there you go. Tampa Bay. Okay, so Tampa Bay, I believe. Oh wait, no, that was the game when none of the receivers showed up for some weird reason, and it should have been Mike Evans. But Cleveland game, that was in Cleveland, right? No, that was at their home. Okay, so that was the game when Peoples Jones did good, out wide receiver. Seattle, I believe that's the game when Metcalf did good, and he's just a big out wide receiver. And then of course Rams. I mean, we know it's probably but also here this was Allen Robinson like first touchdown game. So that's what I'm saying. Like those out wide big receivers. That's why I'm gonna go with T Higgins, y'all. So just letting y'all know, just in case y'all can take Chase for sure. But if T Higgins is gonna get the same amount of targets, I'll take the savings for now. And let's see, who else do I like, man? Do I want to take a value play here? No, you know what? I don't want to take a value play here because I'm gonna take my value here. I'm gonna take my value right here. Where is he at? Denver. Y'all already know. Rolling with my guy Dolchich, man. Rolling with my guy Dolchich. I love that play, man. I love that play. 2,500 just feels right. And also, didn't I say? Yeah, I'm rolling with Denver's defense too, y'all. Could have picked probably somebody low, but I think I'm gonna just go ahead and lock in Denver's defense. So I got a double right here, stacked there. What I got? Wide receiver left, and I still got $12,000, so $6,000 per. Let me see. Do I want somebody cheap? Do I want anybody cheap? Curtis Samuel feels pretty good, but Heineke kind of scares me away a little bit. Thinking of a value play that could be nice down here, so maybe I can get something good in my flex that's high up. Value play. Who do I like? Man, I called Wan'Dale Robinson, this week. It's last week here, but I'm trying to think, would I want somebody like that or anybody else? You know what? Oh, yeah. Forgot, y'all. Supposed to be making sure we get the late person, right? So I'm going to go with MVS, I think. or Hartman. I'm trying to think. It's gonna be one of them for sure. Because we said that 45 to, I know they're underneath it barely, but they're the value plays then, like for sure. Like, because I know Juju's probably in that same range too, though, huh? Or did he go up? Wow, he's just above it. Okay, so yeah, definitely, like I said, late. We got to get that value person in to complete this lineup right. So, man, I kind of want to go with MVS. I'm gonna see first. I'm gonna go with Hardman. How much I got? 7,700. Okay, so what does that leave us with? So 78, we wouldn't really make a difference. Puts us at Fournette. It's not a bad play. That's actually really not a bad play. Or the Debo play, and that's late too, right? To run back. Oh wow, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I know that's paying up, y'all. And we said we was gonna have two value, but I love that because I can either take MVS two and run this. So yeah, for the first week lineup, man, this is first look lineup. I mean, this is nice, y'all. So y'all want to lock this in, y'all can go ahead. Like I said, I'm probably gonna run it the other receiver, but this probably hits for us, man. This probably does it for us, y'all. So hopefully we all win this big money, man, this week. It's your boy Jaystar. Hope y'all enjoyed that first look, man. Catch y'all with all the other videos this week. As we always do, the top fives, the full strategy show, on Friday, value show, value picks, and everything on Saturday, and all the showdowns and stuff like that, of course, as well. But it's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out. Peace.